As we reflect on the current condition of the church, several points to ponder, but probably forefront in the Catholic conscience is this situation between an elected leader of a country, President Donald Trump, and the Pope of the Catholic Church, Roman Catholic Church, Robert Provost, or Pope Leo XIV. What we find here is mission creep on both of their parts, and we should first and foremost understand that neither one of them have credibility to speak in these particular areas or to act in these particular areas. I think that to recognize where our lane is and what is our responsibility is something that we lose modernly. We're quite quick to confess the sins of others to the exclusion of our own, to critique the actions of others without proper reflection on our own. All of that having been said, I wear that stripe as much as anyone. However, I am subject to both of these men. I am a Catholic man. I am an American. I have a responsibility for the souls in my care. It is that responsibility for the souls in my care, that responsibility that answers only to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, that prompts my speaking this morning, or speaking about this. Pope Leo is out of his lane here because he's departed his primary objective, his primary mission, which is the preservation of the faiths, whole and entire, for the good, the salvific good, the spiritual good of his flock. We've seen a departure in the modern papacy, especially post-conciliar papacy, where the shift has been the temporal concerns rather than the spiritual concerns. This pope is no different than the first pope all the way up through 20 centuries of church, and that is the primary obligation is the preservation of the faith whole and entire, and to do those things which are helpful to lead his flock to eternal salvation, not temporal peace or political assuagement. Trump, on the other hand, the first challenge, the first task, the first obligation of a president is the preservation of the republic, whole and entire. Those things within his borders, subsidiarity, what is closest to home. The action in the Middle East serves simply a very small tail wagging a very large dog. It serves an antichrist population in the same way that Leo serves an antichrist population when he fosters one world government and this false concept of peace. Peace in and of itself, the cessation of hostilities, is different than the charity due one's neighbor. For 19 centuries, we as Catholics understood that the enemy, one of our enemies, was Mohammedans, was the Muslims, the Saracens, those who were anti-Christ and militated against Christ as the Son of God. Also our enemies were the Jews, those who committed deicide and denied the Christ as the Messiah. And so what we see this Pope doing and this President doing is forgetting who are their enemies, and in doing so, who are their true allies, who are their flock.